Journey to the West, Chapter 8. The Tat Hag. Atta bestows the three true scriptures. Cultures, Gani in seeks the scripture seeker.
Last time, the Buddha pressed Sun Wukong under the Five Elements mountain. Then take the Bodhisattvas. Arhat returned to Lingshan Dalian temple. After a few days, the Tathagata told everyone, I have 3 sets of scriptures here. One set talks about heaven, one set talks about earth, one set talks about how to save sentient beings. I want to send these scriptures to South Alabu Island in the east. Let the people there learn to do good, but the people over there are too stupid and evil. I don't understand Buddhism at all if I send the scriptures directly. They don't appreciate it, so you must find a capable scribe. Let him come to me by himself to get the scriptures. Bring the scriptures back to Dongtu, so they will pay attention. The Tathagata asked again, who would like to go to Dongtu? Help me find that scripture reader. As soon as the words fell, Guanyin Bodhisattva stood up and said she was willing to go. The Tathagata was very happy and told her that you should be more careful along the way. See if there are any suitable monsters or immortals. Let them follow the scriptures to protect his safe arrival. After saying that, the Tathagata took out 5 treasures and a brocade kasaya, a 9-ringed tin staff, 3 golden hoops, and 3 straitjacket spells. The Tathagata said that the kasaya and tin staff were worn by the scriptures. Keep him safe. These 3 golden hoop rings, if they encounter powerful monsters and refuse to obey, you just figure out a way to put it on him and say the spell. He will obey you obediently. Guanyin Bodhisattva took the order. With apprentices, Huayan Walker is also the second son of King Tortoli Mucha. Let's go together. The 2 of them drove the clouds all the way to the east. Beneath the clouds, the mountains, rivers are retreating rapidly, and the wind is blowing. But Guanyin has been thinking about it in his heart. Who will you meet along the way? Can you find the right person? After walking for a while, I arrived at the Five Elements mountain. From a distance, you can see the mountain towering like 5 fingers. Sun Wukong under the mountain. Only one head and one hand are exposed. His face was dirty and his head was covered with moss. Sun Wukong saw Guanyin, so excited that he shook his head desperately and shouted loudly, Bodhisattva, Bodhisattva, save me. I know I was wrong. I won't make trouble again. For hundreds of years, I have been exposed to wind and rain every day. If you are hungry, you can only eat iron balls. Drink copper juice when you are thirsty, it is too bitter. Guanyin looked at him, sighed, and said, you have sinned too much. Back then, there was an uproar in heaven, which turned the world upside down. Now is not the time to let you go. You should reflect on it here first. Wait for people to pass by here in the future. You can learn from him. Go with him to the west to learn scriptures. When the success is complete, it will naturally be liberated. Sun Wukong listened, his eyes flashing. He nodded and said, I remember. I must wait. Guanyin gave a few more instructions, and then continued on his way with Huayan. Guanyin continues to move forward. Came to a big river, called the Quicksand River. The river is wide and fast, and the water is turbid and yellow. One wave after another. Goose feathers will sink to the bottom when they fall, and they can't even get through the boat. Standing on the shore watching. Suddenly, the river. A red-haired, blue-faced monster burst out. 9 skulls are hung around the neck. One by one, they looked very scary. He was holding a scepter in his hand, and he came up to grab Guanyin. Huayan Walker hurriedly raised the iron rod to stop him. The 2 men fought by the river. After playing for a long time, no one can win. The river was churning. Guanyin shouted in the air, stop. The monster looked up and recognized Guanyin. Frightened, he quickly took away the weapon. He knelt in the water with a plop and said, please forgive me. I didn't mean to offend you. I am the rolling shutter general in the sky. Because I accidentally broke the glass cup at the peach party, he was banished here by the Jade Emperor. Every 7 days, I have to suffer the pain of a flying sword piercing my chest. It hurts like hell. I was so hungry that I had to come out and catch people to eat. Ask the Bodhisattva to save me. Guanyin said, "You are here to eat people and do evil, adding to your sin. Now I tell you, soon someone will come from Dongtu and pass by here. If you would like to be an apprentice with him, protect him from going to the west to learn scriptures. I'll help you get away with it. It can be cultivated in the future." When the monster heard that, his eyes lit up. He kowtowed and said, "I do. I would. As long as I don't suffer anymore, I can do anything." Guanyin shaved his head. It was named Shawujing. Let him wait for the scripture taker in the river first. The monster agreed, got into the water and disappeared. The water is calm again. Guanyin continued on his way and arrived at a high mountain called Fueling Mountain. The mountain is misty and gloomy. The trees are a mess. The ground is covered with the footprints of beasts. As he was walking, a monster with a pig's head and a pig's brain suddenly jumped out. Long mouth and big ears, a round belly and black hair all over. With a 9-tooth rake in his hand, he hit Huayan. The two fought for a while, then tied again, and the rocks flew everywhere. Guanyin shouted in the air, "Stop hitting." The pig demon looked up and recognized it as Guanyin. He hurriedly threw down the rake and knelt down and said, "Bodhisattva, I'm not a bad person. I am the marshal of the canopy in the sky. Because I got drunk at the peach party." He ran to molest Cheng and was hit by the Jade Emperor with 2,000 hammers. "Throw it to the mortal world and reincarnate. I ended up in the wrong fetus and became like this pig. I have no choice but to eat people and live on this mountain. Ask the Bodhisattva to show a way to live." Guanyin said that since you know you are wrong, you should change your ways. "I'm telling you now, someone will come from Dongtu soon. If you are willing to apprentice him, protect him from going to the west to learn scriptures. You can become immortal in the future." The pig demon scratched its big ears and said with a smile, "I do. I would. I don't have anything serious to do anyway. Follow the scriptures, maybe you can get a future." Guanyin shaved his head. It was called Pig Wunning. Let him stop eating. Wait for the scripture reader. Pig Wunning agreed and carried the rake back to the cave. Guanyin continued to the east and came to a large river called Yinkojian. This water is very deep and clear, with cliffs on both sides. A white dragon suddenly flew out of the stream, all snow white, rushing over with teeth and claws. Hyan Walker went up to block it and hit a few times. The white dragon escaped back into the water. Guanyin chased to the shore and the white dragon jumped out again, turned into a young man in white, very handsome. But with a flustered face, he knelt on the ground and said, "Bodhisattva, help me. I am the third prince of the West Sea Dragon King. For burning the pearl on the temple, I was sued by my father to heaven, saying that I was disobedient and unfilial. The Jade Emperor hung me up and beat me. He was about to kill me. Thanks to Bodhisattva, you interceded for me, avoided the death penalty and banished me here. But I was so hungry that I had to go out to find something to eat. Ask the Bodhisattva to save me." Guanyin said, "Don't worry. Soon someone will pass by here. You give him foot strength. Carry him to the west to learn scriptures. After it's done, you've made a contribution. Not only can it atone for sins, but it can also restore the dragon body." The little white dragon nodded again and again. With tears in my eyes, I said, "I will definitely work hard and never be lazy." Guanyin pushed him into the water with mana and told him to wait. Guanyin and Hyan continue their journey. Along the way, I passed through countless mountain towns. Finally arrived at Chang'an City, Dadang. It was Emperor Taizong of Tang at that time. The world is peaceful, people come and go in Chang'an City. Hilarious. Guanyin and Hyan become two ordinary monks, wearing shabby monks' clothes, mixed in with the crowd. Ask around if there is a suitable candidate. They walked down the street for days. I heard that there is a temple in the city called Huashing Temple. Emperor Taizong of Tang is holding a grand amphibious conference there. The scale is very large, and many eminent monks have been invited to give lectures on the scriptures. Presiding over the meeting was a young monk named Zunzang. It is said that since childhood, I have believed in Buddhism and have high learning. During the sermon, the audience was full of people. Even the emperor himself came to listen. Guanyin quietly mixed into the venue to see. It was found that Zunzang really looked upright. Her eyebrows are clear and her voice is loud. When it comes to Buddhism, you are well versed. And with a very religious attitude. Guanyin secretly wrote it down in his heart. This is the person I'm looking for. But she didn't show up right away. But wait until that night. Show up with Haiyan. Standing in mid-air, his body emits 10,000 golden lights. Holding a brocade cassock and a 9-ring tin staff in his hand. The entire Chang'an city was illuminated. Emperor Taizong of Tang and his ministers saw. They all thought that they were immortals descending to earth, and they knelt down and worshipped one after another. Guanyin left a note. There are 4 sentences written on it. There are wonderful methods in the West, and it is not far away. Find the true scripture, pudu the world. Then it turned into a gust of wind and left. Emperor Taizong of Tang picked up the note and read it for a long time. I understand that this is the Bodhisattva's guidance. He immediately sent for Zunzang. Tell him about the appearance of the Bodhisattva, and let him go to the West to learn scriptures. Zunzang knelt before the Buddha and swore that I would go. I must go to the West to retrieve the scriptures. I don't regret it even if I die on the road. Emperor Taizong of Tang thinks he is very ambitious. Make him a brother and personally send him out of the city. Zunzang mounted his horse with 2 attendants. Embark on the road to the west. The people of Chang'an City stood by the roadside to see them off, and the scene was very touching.